beautiful sweet baby. So today we're going to be talking about how Ice Spice may have gained inspiration from Nicki Minaj on her latest single. So Ice Spice pretty much came out with this latest single, and in the single, a lot of the way that she was rapping was sounding a lot like how Nicki Minaj raps. Of course, she still had her Ice Spice flavor to everything by, doing her emotes. But for the most part, the way that she was flowing, her cadence, the way that she was rapping, it really just sounded like she gained inspiration from Onika Tanya Mirage. And a lot of people have been calling her out. Even DJ Academic's big thick self, he decided to call her out as well. And of course, you guys know Ice Spice hasn't really, denied or confirmed any allegations that she received inspiration from anybody. But even look at her hair. As you guys can see, she decided to do the orange hair, which is her signature, but she decided to do it with bangs. And we all know that that's been Nicki's signature since she first came out. So here's my thoughts. When it comes to Ice Spice, I think that her team is extremely smart. I think that they're honestly doing this because they're trying to have a shock value, and they're also trying to increase this beef between Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. As you guys all know, music is in a mode right now where everything is fixated on beefs. It's pretty much like if you don't have a beef with any other artist, then your music really won't go to any extremes or any heights. So I think that with Ice Spice right now, she's honestly tried to up the ante on who she's beefing with. Because we all know that Ice Spice and Lotto had their beef. But the thing is, I feel like Ice Spice has now outgrown this beef and she's trying to really push her career to the next level. And it's not to say that Lotto's career is not in a space where it's, at the level of where Nicki Minaj's is, but we have to realize, facts are facts, and Nicki Minaj has been in the game since, 2010. And Lotto just recently got into the game and actually has been considered Lotto for, just a few years. So I think that while a lot of these rap girlies are playing checkers, Ice Spice is playing chess. Because I'm telling you guys, if Nicki Minaj falls for this bait that Ice Spice is putting out, then they're pretty much going to rap beef, and it's going to escalate Ice Spice's career to a whole nother level. I think that at this point, what they want for Nicki Minaj to do is to address Ice Spice in some way to really flourish, her career. Because Ice Spice's career is low-key in a point in where if it doesn't go to the route that she wanted to go, it could easily end. But if Nicki gives into this rap beef that Ice Spice is yearning for, then it's pretty much going to catapult her career. And I'm honestly starting to feel like the whole, receipts of Ice Spice beefing with Nicki Minaj or not really caring for Nicki Minaj, I'm starting to think that that was a purposeful leak. I'm starting to think that she's still friends with all the girls that she was friends with. And they're doing these things purposefully because they're trying to catapult Ice Spice's career to a whole nother level. And like I said, when you beef with Nicki Minaj, that's going to put your career to a height that it is just unrecognizable. So let's bring it back to Lotto for just a second. Do you guys remember when Lotto was beefing with Nicki Minaj, how all of a sudden it was like her songs were being pushed and then she put It on the Floor out, and the next thing you know, Put It on the Floor had done so well? And what about Miss Hot Girl Megan Thee Stallion? I'm not gonna lie, I felt like, Megan's career after the whole Tory Lane situation wasn't really, moving to the space that it should have moved to. There was just a lot of songs that was not strong enough that she put out to stand on its own. It was kind of like after the whole Tory Lanez controversy, she needed something else to really catapult and push her career. And then it just so happened to be that the whole Nicki Minaj beef happened with Megan Thee Stallion. And then next thing you know, Megan Thee Stallion, she's doing all these amazing songs because she's beefing with Nicki. And if anything, I wouldn't even say that Megan's songs lately have been amazing. But one thing that I can say that's been catapulting is this tour that she's on. This tour has reached, incredible heights for her and her career. And I feel like she has to honestly find something else after the tour to continue her momentum, or else it will be pretty bad for her and her career, because what else is she really going to put out? It's like she's a great feature, but she's not really putting out singles that are really saying, oh my gosh, she put out this amazing single that did this. But when she does beef with Nicki, and there's little subtle hints of her throwing shade at Nicki or working with people that Nicki does not F with, then that really does catapult, Megan Thee Stallion's career. So I honestly and truly think that Ice Spice is headed down the same road. And I think that, she's trying to do the exact same thing that Lotto and Megan Thee Stallion did. So then that way she can also have her career catapulted at a different height. And then just to bring it back to Meg, what's interesting is that Ice Spice is actually going out on tour in a few, months or less than a month. So, isn't it interesting enough that now all of a sudden she drops this song that sounds very similar to Nicki Minaj's cadence, and, really just expressing that she's kind of biting off someone's style. Just to sum all this up, this is kind of just a little conspiracy that I've kind of gathered and a bunch of my opinions. None of this is actual factual. And, if I said anything that is sensitive, it's alleged information. But that's my opinion. What's yours?